Imagine one day, you're scrolling through Instagram and Facebook, your personal social media stuff, and then one day you come across somebody who you have not spoken to in over 10 years, and they have become a famous social media influencer. Yep, that has happened to me. This is the story of how I found out that somebody I used to teach in a program, they have become a Roblox YouTuber. I know, kind of wild to think about it now, and really difficult to believe. This video was inspired by Audrey Ham, where she talked about the one time where an elementary school crush she had became a K-pop idol. Except mine wasn't a K-pop idol, and I didn't have a crush on them. This is somebody who I have not spoken to in over 10 years, and this is somebody I have not seen in over 10 years. And I do not know this person behind closed doors, despite seeing what's on the surface of being on social media and on Roblox. I just need to get that out of the way in case people think I'm a parasocial weirdo. And I'm 200% sure that she probably does not remember me. Even if we reconnected, I don't think she'll remember me from over 10 years ago, because we were such different people back then, and we are now on different paths of life. Like, she's now doing Roblox videos and being an influencer, and I'm here existing. Yay! I know y'all want to know the name of this Roblox YouTuber to see if y'all recognize this person. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, because I know for sure that if I actually do drop the name of this Roblox YouTuber, y'all are gonna go on Google and search this person up and find their famous birthdays page. And famous birthdays lists the place of where she's from. And I still live somewhere in that area, and I don't want my actual location to be revealed. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not gonna drop the name of this Roblox YouTuber. I'll give her a nickname. Let's call her IB. That's what I'm gonna be referring to her throughout this entire video. Not her real name, just like a name I give her. Throughout my high school year, I taught at this program that is really fun, and it honestly helped me a lot with building confidence, teamwork, and leadership throughout the years. It's honestly like the best thing I've ever done in my high school year, in my opinion, and I don't regret anything from it. So I was in the main program, and this program I was in, it's actually split into 3 different branches. And then there's the youth program, that is for the little ones. And once the little ones reach a certain age, then they can join one of the 3 different branches. So in the branch I was at the time, I got this opportunity, or there was an option to volunteer at the youth program. And I agreed to it because I think it's really neat that I get to like help out the little ones there. So me and a few others, we went to that youth program during day and night, because it's actually like 2 different nights. So one day it would be the youth program, and then the next day it would be like the main branches day. So I attended the youth program as a volunteer. That is where I met IB. Now IB back then, she was very little. She was very soft-spoken and she was shy. I don't remember if I ever got assigned to her, or I just naturally went up to her, and I think I was like, hey, if you need anything, like, please let me know. But she was very, very nice as well. So I have met her like a couple of times during the volunteer. After she graduated from that youth program, she then moved up to the branch I was in, and then she was in one of the classes along with the other people, and so we had a lot of great time. Like, I can tell like she was starting to build up more confidence, and she was very outgoing, very fun, very nice. Also really funny as well, and generally like a fun person to be around. I did teach her along with like the other people they were in, and she was generally like a really fun person to be around. And I remember this one moment we were doing an activity, and just like be aware that it was just like we were just like young people back then. She did something, and then I was like shook to the core, and I was like, whoa, okay now. But it was, at the end of the day, I look back and I just thought it was really hilarious and all that stuff. I wasn't mad at her. I was just like, whoa, okay, yeah. She was just like really funny in general, and a fun person to speak to back in the good old days. When I left that program, I was like, wow, I'm gonna miss all these people. When you reach a certain age, you cannot continue the program. The main branch I was in is meant for like teenagers, and you cannot be in your 20s when you like on that program, because having a 12-year-old and a 20-year-old doesn't bode well. So once you hit like a certain age, then you have to go. During my program days, I did follow like some of the people from that program, including IBs. So if I remember correctly, I followed IB's Instagram for many years. This was before she turned her Instagram account to like her professional account for all social media stuff. But I just remember her like, I don't want to get into like what she posts back then, because it's just, I want to be as respectful as I can, because this is a living, breathing, talking human I'm speaking about here. Yeah, I did follow her Instagram for a very long time, and even to this day I still follow her Instagram, because it's just natural for me to like keep up with what people are doing nowadays, like after they left the program. During our time in the program, she never spoke about her aspirations of becoming an influencer or YouTuber, because if I remember correctly, back in the year that I was in that program, I think becoming a YouTuber was like kind of a newish thing. It's just it's probably one of those situations where like she makes videos on her own time, but like does not say anything because it's gonna come off as embarrassing or so. So yeah, that's what I remember, is that she didn't really speak about her aspirations to becoming a YouTuber. She was just like a normal teenage girl, like going to school and doing the program and other extracurricular activities. She was just a normal teenage girl in general. Like, I didn't really think about that. I just followed her Instagram for a long time during our time in that program, and seeing like what she's up to outside of that program and all that stuff, and it just looked very normal. At this point, I've already left the program because I've reached the age limit. I have no idea if IB ever stayed. I just want to make the assumption that she probably quit to focus on school, which is completely understandable. After I left, it looks like a lot of the people I follow like live their normal lives, and some of them go to university and just generally living the life of a university student like this. Nothing like bizarre. And then I start to see IB starting to stream on Twitch. This was prior to Roblox. People will see it as a hobby, or people will see it as her making extra money to pay off any tuitions, because she was probably still in school at that time. I have no idea what she was studying. So let's just say fast forward to the time that she starts a YouTube channel. I wasn't sure she ever started Roblox content. I don't know like what the motivation was when she started Roblox content. I started to see that other than posting like random things here and there, I then started to see that she is starting to get involved in the Roblox community, which is very interesting, because I've been playing Roblox for like over 15 years, and then I just start to see IB, somebody that I used to teach over 10 years ago at that program, start to make Roblox content. I don't watch her videos on a daily basis because her content is mainly for a younger demographic. And me watching her content, like if I watch it every single day, that's like weird to me because it is not within my demographic and I will see it as like weird. Now, I'm not saying the content is horrible, it's just not within my demographic, and I just see it as like, oh, this is something I would not watch. It was quite the leap from being a university student and going to school full time to making that risky move to go to the United States and pursue a social media YouTube career. Now, this is completely normal. Some people decide to make that move to be closer to the entertainment industry, and then there are some who choose to not move and stay in their hometown, and that's completely okay. Maybe to IB, this was the best decision for her, and I will never know, and I don't want to know what happened to her education status. I will never know if she ever graduated, or she dropped out, or she continued to pursue her degree online, just like in a different country while she's pursuing her YouTube career. And I don't need to know, and that's completely okay. Based on what I see on social media, and you know, it's the internet, and we don't know what actually goes on behind the scenes. I'll talk about that later, because I just don't want this to be just only a story time. She acts like somebody that I used to know over 10 years ago, just a lot more energetic on camera. And she is getting these really crazy opportunities that, gosh dang it, voice chat. She's getting these really crazy opportunities that every aspiring YouTuber wants to do. Like, go to VidCon and stand on a stage in front of hundreds and thousands of your fans. Go to, like, award shows. Go to premieres. Go to travel around the world, go to very like exquisite trips like Japan, Paris, Korea, or go like to meet celebrities. Speaking of celebrities, I was just scrolling through my Instagram story like any other person would, and then I just come across IB's story, and I just see her post a picture with none other than Jimmy, Mr. Beast Donaldson. This is not just any other Jimmy Donaldson. This is the Mr. Beast. Basically, I assume she got invited to go to Beastland. I think it's in Saudi Arabia or something like that. I don't know. Like, I don't follow Mr. Beast anymore. Also, let me just take a quick pause right here because I did mention that she did meet Mr. Beast, and this was after the scandal happened with all of the lawsuits involving Beast Games, also other allegations happening. This was all after that, so I think I just need to talk about that really quick. In my opinion, this looks like a double-edged sword because you are meeting somebody that is inspiring the platform a lot, but is now considered a controversial figure based on like everything that happens in the news. Now that, you know, Mr. Beast is, well, considered a controversial figure because all the controversies that he's been through, again, with the lawsuits, with the, I've heard this like toxic workplace allegations, and a lot of things happening in his career, and he is the biggest YouTuber on the platform. Then it's just like, oh, do I want to meet this guy? If I got the opportunity to meet Mr. Beast, I honestly would not take it. But to IB, yes, this could be a great opportunity, and she took it anyways despite everything that went through. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, that's interesting that she's meeting Mr. Beast at this time of the whole scandal situation, and this was after the scandal that happened. To a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, to like some people it would be like,
wow, why is she making this really terrible choice on her end? She just made the worst choice ever, and she's gonna get cancelled. She is posting a picture with the worst YouTuber on the platform. Now she is the worst person ever to be around.
let me just like stop right there, because I think just because you post a picture with MrBeast does not make you a terrible person. At the end of the day, if people don't agree with like somebody taking a picture with MrBeast who just went through a ton of scandals, then that's their problem, not the person's problem. Like, if IB's meeting MrBeast, then that's people's problem if they think that's not a good decision on her end. Maybe to her, it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, because who doesn't want to meet the biggest YouTube on the platform? Like, also another thing that I am kind of like starting to understand is that if she wants to put her name out there and her face, because she is using her real name and like her face, not like not like some sort of persona, because for my case I use my character here as a persona, and then my username is like, you know, my online username, not my real name. Anyway, because, you know, privacy stuff. Then like that's the decision that she makes at the end of the day. So maybe to her, meeting MrBeast is like the best thing ever to her, and that's fine. Like, if she thinks that, that's fine, despite all the shit MrBeast went through. I saw on her Instagram story that she met Sniper Wolf like a few days ago. As you all know, Sniper Wolf is now considered a terrible person because she basically doxed Jack Films. Yeah, I know posting a picture with Sniper Wolf after what she did to Jack's Film is like, two people, it's like a terrible decision, and now people are gonna be like, oh wow, she's a terrible person now. Basically, the way I see this is, if she wants to meet, like, if MrBeast or Sniper Wolf, well, actually she met KreekCraft, but I don't know if they're friends. It's probably one of those situations where they just meet a couple of times and that's it, and they're just like mutual acquaintances, something like that. Then yeah, I did mention that she actually met KreekCraft just now, and she was also meeting with other Roblox content creators like Megan Plays and a lot of other ones that I recognize. I'm like, wow, she's actually really involving herself within the Roblox YouTube space. Another thing I do want to point out is that you're gonna need a reason why you're choosing to meet MrBeast, for example. Like, do you want to meet MrBeast to tell them thank you for inspiring, thank you for like doing good to the world? Because y'all have seen MrBeast do a lot of crazy giveaways. Or do you want to just meet MrBeast and like garner fame? Because of course there's gonna be people out there being like, oh, she's meeting MrBeast just to get more attention or put her name out there. Like I said, if people have an issue with like IB, like meeting MrBeast, well, that's people's problem, not her problem. I can take for my example. I've met a bunch of voice actors at conventions, and I can tell you guys, they are generally the nicest people you'll ever meet. Like, I've met Roger Craig Smith, the voice actor of Sonic. I've met Bryce Papenbrook, who voices Eren from Attack on Titan and Sylph the Hedgehog. And earlier this year, I met Jim Cummings, the voice actor of Winnie the Pooh. That was like my childhood growing up, and I told him thank you so much for being a part of my childhood. Like, he's such a nice person. I also met Xena Robinson, who voiced Go from Pokemon Journeys, and like, he is so nice as well. So I meet voice actors at conventions because I genuinely love their work, and I love like the characters they voice. Like, they voice so many favorite characters. So that's like my example of why I choose to meet voice actors. Also, I got like autographs from them as a keepsake, and I do have an autograph of Jim Cummings and Roger Craig Smith and other voice actors I've met at conventions, and yeah, they're just the nicest people you'll ever meet. Bit by bit, I start to see that IB is getting involved with the Roblox community more. Like, on my Instagram story, while swiping through other people's story, I come across IB's story, and she was at the Roblox Innovation Awards. and RDC 2025. Yes, I know. This was during the whole free schlep movement that was going on. Weird fact is that day 1 of RDC was the same day that CrimeCon day 1 was happening, and the juxtaposition is really wild because Schlep was talking about a horrible experience he had with a dev, and then Mr. Bazooki's like talking about these dating features, which is really weird in my opinion. Like, what the frick? And I saw like a clip somewhere that J Party made it very clear that if you cause any disruption of any kind, you are kicked out of RDC and you cannot get back in, which is understandable because RDC is supposed to be a really fun time to meet your online friends and get to know each other and all the fun stuff. So any like disruption, like protests or anything else, you're out of there. And I completely get it because I've heard somewhere that there was gonna be like a protest of people chanting free schlep. So I mean, that would've been funny though. And I've also heard like they had to not stream the Build a Man Q&A, which I kind of find sus in my opinion. They should have done that. Shake my head. Also, I've heard like the live stream chat was disabled because Roblox was really worried that people are gonna chant free schlep. Yeah, that was like the weirdest time for like August of September to be attending RDC, and then there's a whole free schlep movement happening during that time. But oh well, IB chooses to attend RDC, no issue with that. Want to have a great time? She has a great time. Though I did watch a vlog on like another YouTuber and they said RDC was kind of boring, so I then see that IB was participating in a Roblox event catered towards Roblox content creators, and IB, being a Roblox content creator, got the invitation. I know this because, again, Instagram stories. Prior to the actual event happening, I've heard that it was ripping off an existing event that Roblox did not curate, but I've heard they talked things out and everything's like good. But still, I'm not gonna name the event that IB participated in because then y'all are gonna subject the event, then you're gonna find the list of people participating, and then that. I was almost not gonna do the event because it didn't look exciting, and then one of my friends actually was in their VIP server and I joined their VIP server because I got curious. Also, IB was there, and also I heard there were items. I only got one item for that event, and I want to see how this whole event played out. And looking at IB on the live stream, it just looks like she was having such a blast, such an amazing time. Except the event was actually really boring, so I give it a 1 out of 10 on the event because it was kind of not like exciting. Let's be fair, like we just go to the event just for the items. Like, let's be realistic there. This is part of the story where it got weird in general. I was waking up one morning extremely tired, no glasses on, and I was checking my phone first thing in the morning, and I see that IB wants to follow me. Now, to me, this would have been like, oh, maybe she wants to reconnect with other people from like high school or that program or whatsoever. And me not double checking the profile because it could be like an imposter. Accept the follow request on my Instagram page. Also, this was my private Instagram. And I go on this person's profile and I realized that is actually not IB. It was an impersonator, and I was seeing like the giveaway scam, giving away money or something like that. And that was really crazy because nowhere that where the actual IB was doing a giveaway of some sorts, because she did not announce it on her Instagram page or anywhere else. So I quickly removed that follower because I'm like, I am not having this follower anywhere. And then I reported the account immediately saying, hey, so this account is impersonating like IB. and all that stuff. And then something was telling me that IB needs to know this, because maybe there's multiple accounts out there posing as her doing fake giveaway scams to young fans, because like I said, her demographic is basically like children, kids, and you know what goes down. So I decide to go on IB's real profile, the verified profile, and go to the messages. And then I was hit with so many flashbacks, because I see in the message history from over 10 years ago that we did have a brief conversation, but the conversation was about like the program. So I was like, wow, we actually did speak at one point on Instagram. So I obviously got the screenshot of the fake account, and I write down in the DMs being like, hey, so I thought you remember me. If you see this message, there's this follow request I got, and then I found out it's like somebody posing as you. I sent that message, and immediately knew that she was never gonna see this message, because imagine, she has right now 100,000 followers, so like sifting through a bunch of messages from anyone is like really difficult. So I just accepted the fact that she is never gonna see this message, and it's just gonna continue on with look, social media like nothing ever happened, because you can imagine that she's a really busy person, and you can say, at least I tried. And then I play a Roblox game. I get this notification on my phone, and I'm like, oh well, it's probably one of my friends that sent me something or wants to chat with me. I open my phone, and then the notification that I was not expecting. It says, IB has liked your message.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's it. She just likes my message. She did not write back to me, which is completely okay. I'm not mad at that. She liked the message that I sent her. And you know what? That's all I could ask for. At least she has seen the message, and at least she liked the message. And hopefully from that day on, she is aware that there are more accounts out there posing as her to take advantage of her younger fan base, and that she can report it to Instagram telling them, hey, these accounts are posing as me, that's not me, and all that stuff. That was just the weirdest one, like, story time that I had in this video, because I have no hell of a clue of how that impersonator account found me. I've heard somewhere that there's like a website where you just go on like that website and you put down the person's profile, and it like generates a list of random followers or something like that. So it's probably I was just one of the people picked out from that generator. This is why, lesson learned everyone, always check the profile to see if it's a legit person, especially if it's someone who is a public figure, because you could never know. You never know what somebody could become. Like, one day I was just teaching IB from like that program over 10 years ago, and we just talk about random things and all that stuff, and then 10 years down the line she becomes a Roblox YouTuber and influencer. Man, life is so unpredictable. But I want to get to the whole influencer part that I really want to talk about, because I just don't want to be about a story time of me used to know somebody from like that program I was in, and then 10 years down the line they could become an influencer. I want to speak about being an influencer. Take it from me, because I've been through a lot. In this day and century where social media is taking over, it's really easy to see, like, for example, a social media star live their picture perfect life of going on luxurious trips like Japan, Korea, London, Paris, Shanghai, or going on stage to see hundreds and thousands of loving fans, or going on brand trips, or going on a tour, or meeting celebrities, or posing with like a Dior or a Gucci bag. and you just sit at home looking on your phone being like, wow, this person has a better life than I am. I have the most boring life ever and I feel poor. Hi, me included, I feel that too. You just see one side of the story. Do you actually know the person behind closed doors, like any of their imperfections? Because surprise surprise, not everyone lives in utopia. Not everything is all rainbows and sunshines, despite what you're seeing online. Of course, we don't see the other side, like if there's a relationship problem or a family problem or a problem in the friend group. Like, you can never know if like there's a feud going on behind the scenes because people don't want to know. I can think of a really good example is Megan Blaze and Leo Ash, like based on like what we see online, they were like besties, and then everything went down, and yeah, everything is kind of in shambles now. Yes, you're living this really amazing life of having like loving fans and supporters and collaborators behind your back, and then there's this other dark side. We all know about like haters, harassments, death threats, stalkers, creepy people. I've heard recently like Sabrina Carpenter filed a restraining order against a alleged stalker that keeps coming to her house, and that's really scary because yes, there's good sides to being well known, but then there's the bad sides that you really need to be careful of. Take it from me, I've been stalked for 2 years, over 10 years ago. That was not pleasant. And also, take it from me, I've been threatened. I've had hate come my way. I've had people who want to kill me for literally no reason. So there's that unfortunate side of being well known. Basically, my point is influencers or YouTubers in general are people just like us. They go through things that we also go through. At the end of the day, they are just human like us. I think that's something that I learned, and something that we have to keep in mind is that basically YouTubers, influencers, social media stars, celebrities in general, they're just people like us at the end of the day. Like, look at me, for example. Do you know me behind closed doors? Do you see any imperfections I have? For people wondering what kind of content she does, and this is based on what I've seen, mostly Roblox games. Her channel is a gaming channel that is geared towards little kids, younger demographic. It just sounds like your typical gaming channel. Also, I once looked on here to see if she ever done block sales because it is a really popular game now, and I am also the biggest block sales fan. She did not do one single video of block sales. Oh well, it's her choice if she wants to play block sales. If she doesn't, then that's fine. I hope IB is doing well out there, and I hope she's taking care of herself mentally, because when you have a large audience, like over 10 million subscribers and counting is such a big number, then it's a lot. Like, obviously she's so grateful out there for her friends, family, fans, collaborators alike. There's also this other side. Haters, stalkers, creepy people. But I hope all the hate doesn't get to her and she's just like moving on and living life. I hope she doesn't get to a scandal. If she does, I am gonna lose my mind. I'm predicting she gets nominated for an award and she wins that award. I hope. I am predicting a cameo in a reality TV show, or a movie, or a general TV show. I am predicting that she is involved in a music video, cameo in the music video. I am predicting that she makes a music on her own. I am predicting she goes into acting. Yes, I am making a lot of predictions, but you know, what's that word? Like, the world's her oyster, so it's her decision of what she chooses to do. And that's all I have for today. If you guys have any stories about you guys knowing somebody and then over the years you find out that person becomes a popular influencer, do let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, that is all for me. Again, not gonna reveal Ivy's real identity because that is really weird. And one more thing, we don't know each other. I'm not her friend. I know nothing about her behind closed doors. And thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this story time. See you later. Goodbye.